Greetings. My name is Ashton Parker, and today I will present the final presentation of my capstone project for IPS 406. Behavior through a social and emotional lens. Tracking and monitoring the behavior of high school students in the alternative school setting. For my capstone, I decided to focus on a human-centered issue that involves a process that needs to be revised at the alternative high school where I am currently employed. This project is important to me because it involves the students that I work with each day. Most of these students are labeled at risk. They come from various backgrounds, and most of the adults they come into contact with usually write them off. I believe that these students deserve the best, just like any other student that they go to school with. The system that we currently have in place is done on paper, and it is really outdated and ineffective. Each day, the students receive a sheet of paper that contains 3 sections for teachers and staff to go by in order to give a score of 1 to 3 for each student for each class. The staff member is to sign beside the scores they give and then return it to the student, who must then carry it to each class for the same process to be done again until the end of the day. At the end of the day, the student takes that piece of paper home and their parent signs it for it to be returned the next day. Once the paper is returned, a staff member collects the papers and tallies the scores on an Excel spreadsheet each day. In recent meetings, staff members have expressed their disdain for this process and how it does not serve our students. We have all been brainstorming ways to improve the process in order to better meet the needs of our students. What I really liked about this project was the fact that I got to utilize the many different ways of thinking and the many different ways of problem solving that I've learned thus far taking courses in integrated professional studies. IPS 306, self-awareness, helped me to create this project and move toward a desired purpose and mission. All of the staff members desire a change and are willing to try anything in order to improve the lives of our students in any way. IPS 305, Global Awareness and Intercultural Competence, has allowed me to be able to apply strategies for engaging in intercultural interactions, as well as construct effective arguments with supporting evidence. My students come from diverse backgrounds. I want to be able to be aware of that and consider that as I move forward in this process. The old saying, what works for the goose is good for the gander, does not apply when approaching an issue involving extremely complex people. Some of our students are dealing with unstable home environments with little to no parent involvement, while other students do have parents in the picture, but they're just not sure what to do to help their student to be successful. I believe that this system would allow parents to be involved without the pressure of having to sign a sheet and return it to school each day. Per my research, alternative education settings are supposed to be in place, and they're supposed to have restorative practices in action in order to help students to get on a better path. I do not believe that being outcome-oriented is going to be beneficial in a situation like this, which is why I want to be able to capitalize on what the students are doing right so that we can reinforce it and then help them to use those things in other areas of their lives as well. Finally, IPS 302, Systems Thinking, allows me to be able to focus on one of the major systems I am involved in, my job, and to use the tools I gained in that course to be able to solve an issue involving people that are also a part of their own separate systems. The digital system that I will be implementing is called Kickboard. This system will allow teachers and staff to record real-time information regarding students' behavior. It will also allow for them to not only record the things that could be improved upon, but also the positive things that they observe students doing. The students will be able to see results that are not tallied as good or bad, but that are on a spectrum of concepts that can be reinforced, and also some that may need to be revisited as well. Teachers and staff will feel more at ease being open and honest with their assessments of each student because they will be able to input the information and maintain their anonymity as well. I have decided to begin the implementation of this new system when school goes back into session next year. I feel like making changes that are this major just before the end of the school year could actually backfire. It would be better for the students and their families to be made aware of the changes to come and to have time to receive and adjust to them. It would also be extremely beneficial to the staff as well, who will have to learn the new system. I would like to thank each and every one of you for taking the time to learn more about my capstone project.